Hello, first time mums and bubs. It's Irene here. You know me as the family partnership worker. I'm here today with Matt, a dietitian here at Woodchopper, and today we're going to do, I'll actually show you how to make some nutritious foods for you and your baby. So I will hand it over to Matt, who's going to be doing the demonstration.
Today we'll be cooking hamburgers, so a family favourite. We're going to put some healthy ingredients into the hamburgers, but our focus will be to create the meals for different stages of development as well. Well, first thing we're going to do is follow the method. We'll be sharing this recipe with you, how to make these beef and sweet potato burgers. We need to get the sweet potato ready, so we'll be peeling it and then cutting it up and then boiling it in this case. So a really good chance just to talk about food safety and safety in the kitchen. So Irene is peeling, so we need to be careful around the peeler, and then she'll be chopping, and so we've got the sharp knife. So really for adults to be doing these steps, and then we'll be boiling it. So we'll again have the hazard around the hot water in the kitchen. We really want to encourage children to become involved with cooking in the kitchen, but to encourage you to think about looking at the risks first, and if it's a good step for them to be helping with at that time or not. So we would suggest at this time for the adults to be peeling, cutting, and then putting it in the boiling water to get the sweet potato ready to go into the hamburgers. So with the zucchini, this recipe wants us to squeeze out all the extra moisture, I guess, so the hamburgers will hold together a bit better. So I'm just following the recipe. So I've just grated it and then trying to squeeze it out the best I can. And they'll go inside the patties.
You know how our kids can be very fussy when it comes to veggies. They don't like the taste. So is there maybe a trick that we can do to get them to eat the veggies?
Yeah, that's a great question, Irene. Lots of parents have the same concern, trying to get their kids to eat more vegetables. And I guess this particular recipe, we're using one strategy. We're trying to put some vegetables in the meat patty, so we're disguising it in a way, getting kids used to eating it, but in a way that suits them better. And so in this case, the meat patty, but it could be spaghetti bolognese. You're mixing extra vegetables into the actual mince, so grated zucchini.
Even with the sauce,
you can put sauce as well. You can put grated zucchini, you can put grated carrot, you can put extra vegetables, frozen peas, that sort of thing in there. You can even put lentils into the mince because it's the same colour as the mince. The other thing is just going small steps at a time. So if they're not really eating many vegetables, maybe one serving in a day, and you'd like them to have a few more, just setting up a bit of a goal for them to have one more per day, and if they can do that all week, perhaps a small reward at the end of the week might be a good idea. So cool. Alright, so we're actually up to the first step now. We've done our preparation. In the first step, we're combining the sweet potato that we've boiled or steamed. It's nice and soft now, so we'll be mashing that up and then combining it with the mince, beef mince, and garlic, parsley, and the zucchini, as well as the eggs. The eggs are really important because they help the patties stay together.
Meat is actually a good source for iron, so it's important to include iron in your diet, because you know Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people actually have high rates of low iron deficiency, so it's actually good to introduce meat early into the kids' diet.
Sounds good. So we can even do that from one of the first foods, can't we, Irene?
Yes.
So around that 6 month stage.
Around 6 month stage, yeah. So if you puree it and you can add it into their veggies and yeah, give it to them.
So just adding the sweet potato in there with the mince. You can either use fresh garlic that you crush up. We want to use a crush rather than dice it up because we want it to be able to be pureed for the little ones. Or we've just got some garlic that's already crushed in a jar, which is great too because it just stays in the fridge and lasts for a few months. So 1 teaspoon is about a clove, so we'll be going that way. So in goes 1 teaspoon of garlic. Yeah, going on.
So just about that much.
Yeah, maybe a little bit more.
All right.
And we'll put in the zucchini.
The zucchini. Just jump in. Cool.
Excellent.
Cool. And what do we
So we've combined those things together now. So you can use a wooden spoon if you'd like, or if you want to, you can. It's best maybe to mix it with your hands. Of course, give your hands a good wash, and it might be something that the kids want to get involved with. So it only took a few minutes, and we've really combined those things together, and we're able to form meat patties now.
Cool.
Here, so I've got 8 there now, but I'm just making some small ones, and these ones are suitable for toddlers, those who are up to finger food stage. All right, so we've cooked up the meat patties, and the first thing we're going to do is get it ready for the pureed texture. So that's around about 6 months. And if you're concerned about when your baby should be eating solid foods, talk to one of the team members here. In this case, we're really promoting meat and foods that are high in iron, as Irene said, is one of the first foods for babies or for 6-month-olds. We're going to take half a meat patty, like the recipe says, and we're going to mix a little bit of hot water with it and blend it up with a stick blender. If you haven't got a stick blender at home, you could use a normal blender, anything to try and get that pureed texture. We're going to serve it with some avocado. With the avocado, we can just mash it up with the fork or the back of a spoon, and we can get that pureed texture that way.
Now, if you don't have avocado, is there a substitute you can use?
Yeah, you could use pumpkin, for example. So that's a great food for getting into that pureed texture. So
I'm mashing this one up with a fork. So this would be for about 8 months old. Is that right, Matt?
Yeah, that's right, Irene. So around about 8 months, children are ready for lumpy textures. But of course, we need to keep an eye on our little ones, because as we start giving them lumpy things to eat and then into solids, the risk of choking increases. So keep an eye on them at all times.
Okay.
So we're up to finger food stage now, Irene. So we've made these little patties, or you could just make full-size adult ones and cut them into small pieces.
Yeah, so little miniature ones for the toddlers to just pick up with their hands and eat.
Yeah.